Hey guys, today we're starting on a bit of a heavy subject today, but I think it's because it's one of the most important. What is the meaning of life? Most would say that it's happiness, and I do agree, to an extent. It's great doing stuff that makes you happy, don't get me wrong, but I find that if you only do things that make you happy, it sort of lulls you into a false sense of security that can really damage you in the future. Sometimes you just have to do the crappy stuff, so in the future, you'll be almost, rewarded for it. But Jazz, surely life is too short for this. Are you telling us to be unhappy?
No.
What I'm doing is going to help you in the long run, I really promise. What usually happens to people is that they're fine from being born to school, but then you get to college, and when the slightest bit of pressure is applied to that individual, they implode. And the crap gun has been fired. Unfortunately for me, some of these moments happened a bit earlier. Let me give you an example. I used to go to a stage school in London, so I'd be sort of, happy, okay for a while, doing all the stuff stage school kids do, singing, whatever. And I'd be absolutely fine. But then one morning, I was just looking for some clothes and, uniform. And I was looking for some underwear. And although I looked for half an hour, I couldn't find a pair of underwear. So I fell on the floor and cried for about half an hour again. And said, what's the point? What I didn't realise at the time is that I was having an What I didn't realise at the time was that I was having an existential crisis.
But Jazz, what on earth is an existential crisis?
I'm glad you asked. An existential crisis is when an individual questions the sort of foundations of their life and, their existence. Or, simply put, you wonder why you're alive.
Picture this.
You'll be reading a book one day, completely happy and carefree, when you suddenly realise, I have a valuable life, which I'm wasting on a book on fictional characters. What is wrong with me? Why am I even alive? Now, some people are lucky and know when these crises are about to happen, so they know how to cut them down or just completely not have them. Unfortunately, the 99.99% of us don't know when they're going to happen, so they usually creep up on us and cause us to have a bit of a tantrum on the floor. So, back to our question.
What is the meaning of life?
I personally believe that the meaning of life is to cut down on these crises.
But how do we...
Be quiet, I'll tell you. Step 1. Remember that sometimes you have to work for your happiness. You can't get everything for free, so if you do stuff that seems quite rewarding, like, helping a granny across the street, then it might make the happiness last for longer. Step 2. Make time to relax. You're the most important person in your own life, so the more time you spend on yourself, the less time you might have a tantrum. Or, just resort to sheer madness. You never know. Step 3. These things are not permanent. Although they seem really tough, they're just little obstacles in the way. Anytime you feel under pressure, you either need to talk to someone or slap yourself around the face. Personally, number 2 works best for me. Okay, so that was me on the meaning of life. Do you agree with me or do you not? Comment below. I want to know exactly what you think. If you have any issues with this video, just, let me know. I'm here to talk. So, this was Jasmine, and I, and off and out.